Soldiers of Macedon, hear me with the discipline of warriors and the minds of kings. If your own dog begins to bark at you, know that another hand has been feeding it. Loyalty is never confused. It does not tremble, and it does not change masters without reason. In this world, trust must be guarded like a fortress. If you desire to make the wrong decision, then ask everyone for advice. Too many voices create confusion, and confusion weakens command. A foolish man speaks endlessly, believing noise is wisdom. But a warrior listens more than he speaks. Remember this: nothing reveals a man's character more clearly than what he laughs at. If he laughs at weakness, he is weak. If he laughs at honor, he has none. When you define the problem correctly, you already hold its solution by the throat. Clarity is half the victory. The freest man on earth is the one who has nothing to hide. Secrets enslave the coward, truth liberates the brave. Use your enemy's strength against him. Turn his power into his weakness. Catch the snake with another's hand if you must, but catch it wisely. And if you fail to catch the fish, do not curse the ocean. Sharpen your skill instead. Forgive your enemies, but never forget their names. Judge no man for falling, judge him for whether he rises stronger. Truth does not change because men refuse to hear it. Do not compare yourself to others. The sun and the moon both rule the sky. Each in their own time. So shall you. Warriors, remember this above all: your words carry power sharper than any blade you hold in your hands. Speak carelessly, and you won trust. Speak wisely, and you build empires. Strength is not only in the arm, but in the tongue and in the discipline of the mind. Do not make life so soft for your children that hardship crushes them later. Comfort breeds weakness when it is not balanced with struggle. Steel is forged in fire, not in silk. A closed-minded man keeps his mouth open and his ears shut. Such men are dangerous, for they believe they know everything and therefore learn nothing. A coward raises his sword against his own people, but a brave man faces his true enemy without fear. Courage is not loud anger, it is steady resolve. If you cannot fly toward your goal, then run. If you cannot run, then walk. If you cannot walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, keep moving forward. Motion is life, stagnation is defeat. The man who says he can and the man who says he cannot are both correct, because belief commands the body. Victory begins in the mind long before it is seen on the battlefield. If greatness feels distant, then do small tasks in a great way. Excellence in little things prepares you for greater responsibilities. Do not kill your peace with endless thinking. We struggle fiercely for a life that can end without warning. Stones thrown in your path can become walls that trap you or bridges that elevate you. The choice is yours. Correct your mind, and the rest of your life will fall into order. Men of valor understand this truth of leadership and power. I do not fear an army of lions led by a sheep, such strength is wasted without direction. But I fear an army of sheep led by a lion, for true leadership awakens courage even in the timid. Strength is not in numbers alone, it is in the spirit that commands them. True words are rarely pleasing to the ear. They cut like a blade, but they heal like medicine. Pleasing words, however, often hide poison beneath sweetness. Learn to value truth over comfort, even when it wounds your pride. Do not rush to pick sides until you know the full story. Some men are masters at making the innocent appear guilty and the guilty appear righteous. Wisdom requires patience, and patience prevents regret. There are two ways to be deceived: to believe what is false, and to refuse to believe what is true. Both are chains that imprison the mind. Break them. 3 brave decisions shape the destiny of a strong man. Silence when provoked, saying no when pressured, and walking away when honor demands it. Not every battle is meant to be fought with swords. Some are won by restraint. You cannot destroy truth. You may bury it beneath lies and deceit, but like the sun behind clouds, it rises again. Life unfolds while we are busy planning victories yet to come. Respect all people, but never surrender your independence to them. Every man fights two wars, one against the world, and one within his own heart. Conquer the second, and the first becomes easier to win. Warriors, understand that failure is not your enemy. It is your greatest teacher, if you have the humility to listen. Every defeat carries a lesson sharper than victory ever could. A man who fears failure remains small, but a man who studies it grows beyond his limits. The higher we rise, the smaller we appear to those who refuse to climb. Do not descend to satisfy their vision. If they cannot understand your height, let them remain on the ground. Your duty is to ascend, not to explain. A true friend is known not in celebration, but in hardship. When the world turns its back, the loyal one steps forward. Guard such people as you would guard your own life. Master self-control, and you master everything. A man who cannot control his anger, his desire, or his attention is already conquered. Change itself is not painful, resistance to change is where suffering lives. The river flows because it accepts its path. If you do not control your attention, you do not own your life. The world will fight for your focus, because where your attention goes, your strength follows. Protect it. Speak only when your words are more beautiful than silence. Many battles are won by walking away at the right moment. That is not weakness, it is wisdom. Never depend too heavily on anyone. Men change when new opportunities or new faces appear. Peace is more difficult than war, for it demands patience and discipline. Clarity does not come before action. As you begin walking, the path reveals itself. Old keys will never open new doors. Therefore, become new, stronger, wiser, and unbreakable. Warriors, understand this final truth of conquest and destiny. Some men will hate you not because you are wrong, but because you are different. Your courage will disturb their comfort. Your discipline will expose their weakness. Do not shrink yourself to make others feel tall. Never throw away your future for temporary comfort. A moment of pleasure can cost a lifetime of regret. The man who rules his desires rules his destiny. Win the battle in your mind, and the victory will appear in your reality. Every triumph begins as belief before it becomes achievement. Sometimes the strongest action is silence. When fools seek to provoke you, deny them the satisfaction of your reaction. The wise do not waste energy proving their worth to those determined not to see it. The purpose of knowledge is not pride, but action. What use is strategy if it is never executed? What use is wisdom if it remains locked inside your thoughts? Act. Move. Build. A true leader does not tighten his grip to control others, he strengthens those around him so they can rise. Power that empowers multiplies. Power that suppresses eventually collapses. Destroy the old version of yourself before it destroys your future. Break the habits that chain you. Your future is shaped not by the goals you declare, but by the habits you repeat each day. Discipline creates destiny. Do not ask permission to fly. The wings are yours, and the sky belongs to no man. Rise boldly. Conquer yourself, and no kingdom will be beyond your reach.